days here, dudes. Opening weekend of early archery. So, topping the tank off and then headed up to the woods. Hoping it's gonna be a good day. If anything, I'll be filling a deer tag this weekend. But I'd like to fill an elk tag. So, hopefully, I've got 2 good bulls that's been showing up on camera. So hopefully one of those love-struck individual decide to walk up to us this morning. That'd be real sweet. So stay tuned. Hope I get some video today. If not, I'll get some at some point this weekend. So stay tuned. This morning, a lot of rain, a lot of wind. I think I got something down here, kind of off to my right working, but I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. It's been a real slow morning out here hunting, deer hunting for elk. I saw one deer when I was walking up here, and it was too far away, and it was still a little too dark to get the shot off. So, it's ridiculous. It's supposed to be really windy, and should be pouring down rain right now, but I don't know if you can see this behind me. I got freaking blue sky behind me, and the wind isn't blowing like hardly at all. It's blowing the wrong direction from where I'm at, which sucks. But I'm stumped. This is some crap. I was really hoping. I've gotten a lot of pictures of elk right where I'm at. A lot of bulls and some cows, and I was really hoping that I'd get lucky and they'd come cruising through here. Got a big patch of rebrod, big patch of old growth behind me, and then I have this funnel that's water swampish in front of me, both sides. It just I don't know what's going on, but I haven't heard any bugles or anything this morning. I thought I heard something down below me, down in this lower section, but I've nothing. So I don't know. I don't know if the elk moved out of here or what, and they broke their summer pattern or what, but I had them on camera 3 days in a row, the day before elk season started, so I don't know what's going on. So, as I was sitting there editing this video, I realized that I had not really recorded like a whole bunch during the actual hunt. So, that was kind of like a little bit of opening elk, second day of deer, stuff like that. So, basically what happened was opening weekend of deer, we saw, I think, 4, maybe 5 deer altogether. They're all too far out. Couldn't really do anything about them. They were in a canyon, and we tried to make a play on them, and we just never got up to them. But, so that kind of come and went that weekend. So, fast forward to the following weekend, it was the opening weekend of elk archery, and we went out, and I had a couple spots that I'd been getting the elk on camera, and, I was headed to this one spot that I felt pretty confident the elk were going to be at, and not even like quarter mile, half a mile away from where I was at, come around a corner, and there's a humongous bull just standing right in the middle of the road. He took off running. I bail out, try to get him to come back, I'm cow calling and stuff like that. He wouldn't come back. I couldn't catch up to him. Didn't see him again. So then we went and sat in this one spot, hoping he would come in through that way. It's kind of what our cameras had shown the elk kind of do down there. And so we sat down there. Like I said, that was opening day elk. That was September 11th. And we sat there, cow calling, nothing's happening. Did some hiking, nothing happening. Just trying to locate these elk, couldn't find them. So then I turned it from elk hunting mission / deer hunting to check my cameras, because I just wasn't feeling it. We weren't seeing anything at all. So we started checking my cameras, and I get to this one spot, and I checked the camera later that night. Like I said, it was opening day, so later that night. And for 3 days leading up to opening day, I had these elk showing up at this one spot every single day for 3 days. And I had 2 really, maybe 3 really nice bulls showing up every day with these cows. And I had deer on the camera, so I was like, well, that's where we're going to be tomorrow. I was like, they've been bedding down at like 5 o'clock at night. They've been in front of the camera between 5 and dark. They've been bedding down. They've been right there, first light, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They're right there in that area. And I was like, that's where we're going to be in the morning. So we went out that Sunday, the second day of elk season. We went out early in the morning, parked the truck, hiked in about a mile, and that's where you'll see the set of videos. Hiked in about a mile, and I'm showing you you've already seen the last weekend I went out video for elk, but that's going to be before this clip that I'm talking about right now. But so then we hiked in, real quiet. The wind was in our favor, it was blowing straight in our face from where the elk had been showing up on camera. So everything was going good. You know, as I'm walking in with my wife and cow calling, trying to make it sound as realistic as possible, we get set up over the area that we wanted to overlook, and where they'd been, you know, I'd been getting them on camera and noticed they had bedded down. That's what the pictures are of the elk beds. And we sat there till about 11 o'clock, and we saw right at, I was kind of excited because I'd been getting this doe and this year's fawn on the camera every day at the same time, right at 7:30, right at 7:30, 7:15, 7:30. And right at 7:15, 7:30, this doe and the fawn walked right through the clearing right in front of us, 50 yards. And I was like, okay, everything's adding up to what the camera's telling me. If that's the case, these elk are going to show up. Well, elk never showed up. I don't know where they went. I didn't get them on camera again. But we sat there till about 10 o'clock, then we went, you know, drove around. Well, couldn't find any elk, couldn't find any deer, didn't see anything the remainder of that day. So fast forward to the following weekend, and went back out, and that's the clips you saw before this clip of me up there. You know, I walked in again, same spot. As I was walking in, but rewind. So that weekend, on the way out with my wife, we were hiking back to the truck to go check out a different area. And on the way out, before that, we were standing there, you know, and my wife and I were talking. We're like, well, how much longer are we gonna, you know, wait here and for the elk to show up? Because, like I said, we hadn't heard anything, we hadn't seen anything. And down the hill, about, I think it was 90 yards or so downhill, steep downhill, in this little opening in the blackberries, my wife goes, there's a deer right there. I was like, no, there's not a deer right there. Sure as crap, there's a deer there. So I don't know, she might have gotten video of it. I'll have to ask her. But I spot and stalked this doe. It was a humongous doe. Spot and stalked her all the way down the hill. How she didn't see me. Come around, had her 40 yards, but she just wasn't giving me a shot. So I was waiting for her to give me a shot. So I kept inching closer. Got to about 30 yards. Still wasn't giving me a shot. Finally, she turns and starts walking towards the road I'm on. The old spur road I'm on. I'm waiting for her to, you know, step out onto the road. Well, she never stepped up onto the road. She started walking parallel to the road in the ditch. And then she popped up, and at that point, I didn't know what range she was, so I wasn't about to take, you know, a shot at her, not knowing what a range she was at. So I ended up, she ended up just walking off. So I walked back up to my wife, you know, we sat there for like another, I don't know, hour and a half or so. Still didn't see anything. So then we were on our way out. And as we're walking out, you know, I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. You know, can't believe we didn't see anything else. Yada, yada, yada. We were talking about how we walked up on the deer. Well, as we're walking out, I just happened to look to my left. And there's the doe standing right there. Like 20 yards off the side of the road. This old spur road. And I was like, well, shoot. So I drew back. She was perfectly broadside. And she was uphill a little ways. And there's some brush and stuff in the way. I shot. And I was pretty confident I missed her. And I'm not sure if she ducked it or I'm not really sure what happened. I'm pretty sure it deflected. The arrow deflected and it went right over the top of her. So that sucked. So then got that arrow back. So then fast forward to the following weekend. The last weekend I was going to be able to hunt. We went out that Saturday. Didn't really see anything. Towards the tail end of the day, we were out pretty much all day. Towards the tail end of the day, we saw like 6 deer. One of them was standing, you know, edge of the spur road. You know, we were on edge of the spur road. My wife ranged her, and I don't know if the range finder picked up a tree branch or what, but my wife ranged her at, I think she was like 22, 23 yards away. So I put the pin on her, draw back, take the shot, hit below her. So she must have been quite a ways further out. And like I said, the rangefinder must have picked up on something in front of her. instead of the deer. But anyways, shot right below her, blew the arrow all up, so I lost an arrow. So that ticked me off. The next day, we decided we were going to hunt the afternoon. For the final day we could go out, that's when, like I said, we were getting a majority of the elk on camera was in the afternoon, so the majority of the deer we were seeing was in the afternoon. So we're like, okay, we're going to go out in the afternoon and hunt till dark. And so we went out, and first things first road we go down, there's 2 deer 20 yards away. Didn't give us a shot opportunity. They walked off. Away they went. Keep going down the road towards this one spot. Come around a corner, 2 deer crossing the road right in front of us. So we get out. I start, spot and stalking them. I get to where they went in the woods, and I lost sight of them. I'm like, where are they at? Well, finally I see her, and she was broadside about 30 yards. I was like, oh, this is a big doe. So I was like, oh, I'll take the shot, And just as I'm about to draw back, I see her with this year's fawn. So I was like, no, she's going to walk. So we keep driving around, and we go down this one road. I have a camera on, and as we're going down, it's pretty muddy. It'd been raining all weekend, miserable weather. I get down this road that I'd been down 100 times before, had no issues turning around at it. End up getting stuck, and I got freaking stuck. There was no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I had it 4 low, the diff lock, everything. Could not get it out. It was stuck in clay. Just would not get any bite. Couldn't get it out at all. So luckily I had service. I was able to get a hold of someone to come pull us out. Well, the whole time we're stuck, my wife and I were both PO'd. I'm ticked off because it's my last day I can hunt. So I'm like, of course this crap would happen and all this stuff. And so then making all this noise, trying to get the truck out, revving the hell out of the truck, saying adult words at the top of our lungs, just making a noise. Well, then finally I gave up. I was like, we're stuck. No point in fighting it anymore. We're stuck. So I walked down the road a little ways, turned around, came back, and walked like 20, 30 yards in the woods, if that, because I really had to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of water, so I really had to go to the bathroom. And as I step into the thick part of the woods to go to the bathroom, I happen to look up, and there's a doe, a humongous old nanny doe standing in front of me at maybe 15 yards, if that. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. My bow, everything's in the truck that's stuck. My wife's over in the truck wearing flip-flops. And I was like, honey, give me my bow now. And she's like, are you serious? I said, yeah, give me my bow right now. And I'm sitting here yelling at her. She's like probably 50 yards away in the truck. And I'm yelling at her, bring me my bow. She grabs my bow, my release, knocks an arrow for me, hands me the bow, hands me my release. I draw back, smoke this doe, and I'll post the pictures of the nocturnal. But I blitz this doe. She takes off running. I see a big hole in their side, right where I hit her, So, and we listen, she ran 5-10 seconds, and we hear a loud crash. She's done. She's dead. She's down in the woods. Now I just got to go find her. So we're sitting there, and we're waiting, because we waited, half an hour. So I was still waiting for someone to come pull me out because I was stuck. So I finally, I was like, oh, we waited long enough. So I walk into where I shot her at, and I found the fletching. I don't know if it's still in my... Yeah. So I found... Here's everything. I'll show you. So right where she was standing, where I shot her at, I found my fletching and part of the collar to my nock laying on the ground. And I was like, what the heck? So then I started tracking her, and I couldn't really find much for blood. I found a little bit of blood, but it was really thick. It was dark. It was getting dark. So couldn't really find her, but I kind of had a general idea of which way she ran. So I was kind of just walking along, hoping that I might stumble across the blood trail. And about 50 yards in the woods, I found my nocturnal. And I've never seen nocturnal do this. This was just how I found it. It was laying right in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the deer trail, just like this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it broke the battery. Bent it, completely bent it. That was laying about 50 yards into the woods. Couldn't find any blood. Like I said, it was dark. Couldn't see any blood or nothing. And so we searched. We looked for her. Couldn't find her that night. Went back with a buddy of mine the next day. Tracked her for... We've tried to track her. We looked for her for another 4 hours. And I'm not sure what happened. We know she's dead, but we just couldn't find her. I think it rained in the middle of the night and washed away a good bit of the blood. And it got really thick. You know, we were able to follow blood for like the first 20 yards, and then it stopped. And then maybe 15 yards away from where I found that nocturnal, I found a big little patch of hair. And then we saw some slide marks going down the hill from where she, you know, was tumbling as she was running. And then it got down into this real thick stuff called Devil's Club. And if you're from the Pacific Northwest, Alaska, Washington, Oregon, anywhere, you know, in the Pacific Northwest, it's probably in Oregon as well. Not Oregon, Idaho. Stuff's called Devil's Club. It looks like a gigantic maple's leaf, but it's on a vine with these really nasty thorns on it, and that stuff is just miserable. You don't want to get into it at all. And we think she ran down into that, and with no blood to go off of, we couldn't find her. It sucks. So anyways, so I lost 2 arrows in one weekend. I was really ticked, and that was the end of early season. So now I'm waiting until late season. Late season starts, I believe, Thanksgiving Day. So I'm waiting until then. Hopefully I'll be able to get out there. I'm still dealing with some stuff when it comes to work. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get back out there and hopefully be able to fill a tag this year. So hoping maybe to get out and do some mushroom picking this weekend, possibly. So we'll see. So I apologize for the longer video, especially this clip, but that was pretty much the entire early season in a nutshell. So anyways, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really want to thank you guys. As of late, my channel has just absolutely taken off. I'm at like almost 700 subscribers now, and like the last month it's just taken off. I really appreciate you guys' support. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So really pushing for 1,000 by the end of the year. I think we're gonna hit it if this trend continues. I think we're gonna hit it, no problem. And like I said, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram as well, Mainborn Redneck. I also have a Facebook page, Mainborn Redneck. Also, feel free to click the links in the description. If you're looking for a good non-alcoholic drink, feel free to rethink your ritual. Head over to ritualzeroproof.com. Use code MainbornRedneck at checkout, and you'll get a discount on your order. So go ahead and do that if you want to. Otherwise, make sure you please subscribe, please share the channel. Let's keep growing this thing, and I look forward to seeing where the rest of this year is going to take us. So thank you again. Y'all have a nice day. Stay safe. Almost forgot, if you guys are looking for a high quality trail camera without spending, costing a firstborn child or a kidney, check out Meyer trail cameras. They're solid cameras. That's what I've been running this year, and I don't think I'll ever use another brand again. So I trust Meyer trail cameras to do some scouting for me. I highly recommend that you go check them out. Also, if you're looking for some quality arrows from an awesome archery company, go ahead and check out deercrossingarchery.com. and order some arrows through these guys. These guys are awesome. They make high-quality arrows, and these arrows are proven. I've seen the pictures of the animals they've put down, and these arrows will do the job. So make sure you check those out, along with checking out Ritual Zero Proof for your non-alcoholic alternative. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Y'all stay safe. Have a good day.